Welcome to this introduction of my friend, Sarah McDougall, during our Dear Younger Me events. I met Sarah, I believe, online in 2020-ish, somewhere in there, when I was participating in the program that Megan had created. So Megan's creation led me to all of these amazing, beautiful people. And I just started following Sarah because her content, it hit home for me. I described her as very lawyer-like because her answers and her responses to things were so concise and not super emotional the way that I am. And I was like, I know that I need this woman in my life and I can learn a lot from her. And I have. And now, like, just one of my safe people, one of the people that I can just go to process all the really weird things in life that are happening. So, Sarah, I'm grateful for you as a human, as a person, and I'm grateful for you as a teacher in this realm of all the things I've learned so much from you. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you are doing now in life and why the concept of dear younger me, especially the teenage version of you, why is that important for you?
Well, Heather, I love being here with you. I love working with you on these retreats and providing this kind of material and information. And you're right. I do tend to word things in that really concise, formal kind of way, I guess. I was joking with another autistic friend, which I happen to be on the autism spectrum. And we had both seen one of those TikToks or reels about autistic people writing. Now, I know this isn't true for every autistic person, but I guess someone had gotten kind of busted because they had turned in a paper and a professor sent it back saying you cheated with AI. And they were like, no, I'm autistic. And that's how I write. Like, you can look at papers from years ago before AI was ever invented. They sound exactly like this.
Yes. You
So
do
I
not
guess
need AI.
I don't need AI. I am AI. When it
You
comes
are.
to that, like I am AI. I joke with my text coaching clients that I'm just their coach GPT because I just do that. I don't try to do it though. So
It's
it's one of
needed
those
though.
things
It
that
balances some
it's
of
a
us who are not.
blessing or a curse or something. But yeah, I just think it's funny because you say that when you introduce me, and it always makes me think like,
No,
like I'm a
you
robot.
you you are very real too. I do not. Yeah, you're a very real
Oh,
person.
I
But
didn't think you
yes,
didn't mean that.
yes, absolutely.
But yeah, so I am a co-founder of Wilderness to Wild, and we affectionately just refer to it as Wild. It stands the term Wild is an acronym that stands for wisdom, identity, legacy, and daring, which are the four pillars of growing after trauma and traumatic stress, growth and healing through wisdom, identity, legacy, and daring. Now, I have a whole thing on that. That's not what we're here today, but that is what I focus on. Between that and a couple of years ago, we also branched out and started Wild Institutes. So, with Wilderness to Wild, we have online courses and workshops, resources, workbooks, ebooks, all of the kinds of things for healing and trauma regulation, I mean, nervous system regulation post trauma. And also, a special area that I work in is supporting protective parents who have gotten dragged into that nightmare of custody and divorce court with a person who the court would call a very high conflict personality. We know they're an abuser, but when you've been abused by a person and now you're having to interact with them in the legal system, it can be very, very re traumatizing. And I work with clients to help them navigate that system to get the best possible results for their case. So we have the courses and workshops. We also have free support communities and support groups. We currently have around 10,000 women in those. And similar to how you do with Held and Healed, but different focuses.
Yeah.
And each one of those has a different niche. And with Wild Institute, we actually also train clarity coaches. So in a couple of months, we'll be starting our third full year cohort of training those who want to become coaches or advocates who realize they need more detailed education in how they work with people. We also have licensed therapists and licensed certified practitioners in other fields that end up going through our Wild Institute for the purpose of enhancing and broadening their understanding of trauma and abuse and how to support survivors in the field where they are already professionals. So my vision with Wild Institute was to create a gold standard program that includes how to coach, an understanding of domestic violence, abuse, and trauma, and how to kind of do your business in a box, how to market, how to brand, how
Mm-hmm.
to develop your own business for those who want to be able to do that aspect of it so they don't have to go to 5 different sources to get all of
Right.
that information.
Right. Yes.
And there's just not enough high quality, trauma informed, evidence
Yes.
based, faith familiar, and
Yes.
safety centered
Yes.
training and professional certification for coaches. So that's what we do
Yeah.
with Wild Institute. Um, and like I said, my personal main focus is coaching protective parents through that nightmare
Mhm.
of the legal system. And I actually spent a decade in my own nightmare of custody litigation and learned a lot through that process. Um, and had some incredible mentors that helped me learn a lot of tricks to strategize through without losing your integrity or your sanity or your kids. Like
Yes.
those
Yes.
three
So,
things are
so
really,
needed.
really
Yes.
huge. Plus, we have a Patreon style group coaching club where our members get a monthly live interactive group coaching session. And then they get free back end access to a lot of our workshops as a bonus. And the funds from that membership go to help sponsor and provide access to courses, like partial scholarships to courses and training, and to support the role of mentoring advocates in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually have a significant international network. We're working to train advocates in South Africa, in Papua New Guinea, Australia, um, in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya,
Um,
Philippines, Thailand. And so obviously that is, we're not a nonprofit, so we're not donor funded, but it takes a ton of time and heart and energy and interaction to be present for women who are creating cultural contextualization to be able to
yes.
transfer this information and what they're learning into something that can be understood and accessed by women in their local communities. And that's a big, huge. I was a missionary kid. I've been to 45 countries. That's a big, big passion for me, even though it's not something we advertise a lot. So our members of the Scoop, our group coaching club, that's what that helps us make possible. So we are always looking to grow that so that we can support advocates in training more and more in other countries. And I'm also an author.
Mhm. You are.
So
You are.
I'm a contributing author to the book He Chose Porn Over Me. I contributed a chapter there, and a co-author with Myths We Believe, Predators We Trust about abusers in church. And my first book was One Face, Shed the Mask on Your Values and Lead Wisely. And then we've got ebooks that are shorter and just available PDFs that are Systems of Abuse, a guide to recognizing toxic relationships, Systems of Love and Honor, a guide to recognizing safe relationships. And my most recent ebook is Prep, 6 Ways to Find the Best Divorce Lawyer to Save Your Kids.
Wow.
And I'm working on one slowly but surely. but can't talk
You
about that one yet because I haven't gotten far enough in the process to be able to really talk about it yet.
You're also the queen of resources. You create so much good content. I personally give out your forms of abuse link a lot because it's
Oh,
just
good.
an amazing place to come and really educate people. Abuse is
And
so
that's a
much
free
more.
course that we
Yeah,
have.
abuse is so much more than broken bones and bruises, and it's way past time for churches and businesses and just our culture in general to get a grasp on what abuse is. It's not just physical. So, yeah, you are amazing at what you do and intimidatingly so, but I still like you're still a real person. I've learned that.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to just bust that intimidation completely because you know what? Right here. Okay, I look so professional. I even put on my little magnetic clasp thing because I can't stand trying to do the little hooks on necklaces. And I
And
have my
our,
nice purple cardigan. And you know what I've got underneath here? I've got my cozy red sweatpants. I
love
don't
it.
match. I don't match. My lower half is as
Yes.
cozy as I can possibly get.
The Zoom uniform. I'm wearing pajama bottoms right now. So
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Comfortable matters. Comfortable matters. And during our session together, your session, you're going to explore the things that you wish as a young woman in church culture, purity culture, modesty message amidst all the things. You're going to just talk to that younger part of you and share the things that you wish that you had known then that you do know now. So I'm really excited about this and invite ladies to join us. Information is in the video description. You can catch this later if you missed the live event, but it's going to be good. So, Sarah, I look forward to hearing from you and learning more from you. Thank you.
Thank you.